My date invited me back to her place, and I noticed she had pictures of another man all over. Turns out he was her late husband. I told her I don't want to date a widow, which upset her. Am I wrong here? Met this girl a while ago, and she invited me back to her place. She had pics of a guy all around, and I asked her who he was. He is her late husband. I didn't ask, but she told me she lost him to a car accident some years ago. I think I made a face or something because she asked me what was wrong. I told her that we should probably stop seeing each other, or just be friends. She asked why, and I told her the truth, that I don't want to date a widow. For context, we both talked and said that this could be a serious relationship. We've been exclusive recently too, so it's not like this was meant to be a fling. She said we could talk about this, but I told her there's literally nothing she could do, and nothing I could do. I left. I didn't go into detail with her, but the reason why I don't want to be with a widow is because I'd feel like she'd rather be with her first husband. The fact that she has pics of him around, and I'm sure she'd want to talk about him often, would only make it worse, and I won't even dare to ask her to stop or take down the pics. But I know this would wear on me. Am I wrong here? Relevant comments. You realize that any woman you enter a relationship with will have had previous partners. A lot of them will have been dumped. Who's to say they don't want to be those partners? I think you're better off coming to terms you're unlikely to be someone's first choice. OP. It's a lot different though. Like if they broke up, assuming it was a healthy process, she at least got over it. Like, do you have several pics scattered in your home of all your exes? Comment. YTA, that kind of comes across as a man-child kind of thing. We all have histories, and most of us have past partners, some of whom have passed. To throw away a possibly meaningful relationship over something another has zero control over seems rather petty. It's not the history of it, it's her current feelings. I don't want to be with someone who would rather be with someone else, but is physically unable to. Comment. YTA, you are breaking up with this woman because you have already created an image in your mind about what her expectations and norms would be around her ex, without any discussion or input from her. That's not great. This is something that two mature people would talk about. You did not post either of your ages, so I can't really judge whether you lack maturity or are just an asshole. But yes, YTA for dumping a girl because her ex-husband passed away, since she hasn't actually done anything beyond that. I mean, she had like 10 pics of him at her place, 3 right next to her bed. He clearly means a lot to her. I know I couldn't ask her to take down the pic ever. Even if we got married, I wouldn't ask her to do that. But I don't want her to feel like she has to do it either. Like, even if she agreed, I wouldn't want her to do it. But I know that if she kept those pics as they are, they'd only remind me that she's only with me because she can't be with him. Update, so I had a talk with her. I got lucky because I wouldn't have blamed her if she didn't want to see me again, because admittedly I left pretty abruptly. We met up, and after some small talk, she asked why her being a widow was such a big deal to me. By the way, I'm 26, she's 28. I told her that I don't want to share my partner's heart with anyone, even if they're gone. She was like, oh. She said that it's okay, that we could still have a relationship, and that just because her late husband is in her heart, that she can still love someone else. I told her that I'm just not going to be that someone else, but that I'm sure she can find someone. She was disappointed. We hugged it out and said our goodbyes. By the way, just you all know, I don't think she's a bad person, and I don't think widowers don't deserve love. But there are many conflicting feelings I get when even considering dating a widow. Some of you said, well, once she gets to know you better, you can ask her to take down those photos or something like that. I don't want to force my SO to bury their feelings. Even if they're willing, I'd feel like an asshole if I asked them to do that. Maybe it'll be different when I'm older, or if in my lifetime I lose my SO. But right now, I'm just not the kind of person that can be with a widow. Just so you all know, I don't think widowers don't deserve love. I'm just not the kind of person who can be with them. Edit. Can't believe I have to say this. I am talking about romantic love, not love towards family, children, friends, etc. And I'm not saying they can't have loved anyone else before. Relevant comments. Just curious here. You think that only widows are still in love with someone else? I'm asking because I've known many people who've said, I'll always love him, her, but we just can't be together. Or are you okay with widows as long as they've moved on? Feels unfair to even ask that question. I haven't lost a partner, but I've lost a close family member. He wasn't my brother, but I loved him like one. No matter how much time passes, he'll always be my brother. If widows feel the same way about their late spouse, that no matter what happens, they will always be their spouse, then I don't think you can move on. Comment. Shame on the people insulting you because their boundaries are different. My future partner would be the most important person in my world. I want the same back. I don't want to feel like someone's consolation prize. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, some people here also don't have good reading comprehension. One even says I'm looking to date children. Comment, man, has boundaries and doesn't insult or talk down to people who doesn't meet them. Reddit users, insecurity. I wonder if I just chose the wrong time or something. This comment section is a lot worse than my first post on this. And keep in mind, I was kind of an asshole in that one.